those two, as you can get. Astralis though, they'll make their way into the bomb site. They've got smokes everywhere, apart from CT, and indeed, maybe there is someone lurking, and the frags will start flying in for the CT side. Stico can dance around the bricks, dance around Tetris by the sandwich. That leaves Dupree in a 1 versus 3, and he's made it a 1 versus 1. A great cleanup by Dupree, but it's one more to go. I don't know if he's heard the sound cues from Chris J, who was in jungle, but is now towards, well, wasn't connected now, is in jungle. But there he is. Range not ideal for Dupree. The flashbang is out, and Chris J's going to eat all of the flashbang. He saw it coming.
That was a perfect flash somehow.
I think he tried to walk in front of it, maybe. But it ended up just popping like perfectly.
Probably hit him, and then... Like when you collide with a flash, you never know where to look, so it's unlucky.
I love how blind his opponent is in that last frag.
Yeah.
So helpless.
He would have been blind for a few more seconds.
Device. What happened there?
Oh, you have one in chat, please.
Damn. That is some damage, and they can't get up pit. Oscar's just standing there. Robs holds it down as well. Uh-oh. This is how things go wrong. This is how things go wrong. This is how things go wrong. Device is on 1 HP. They're effectively 3 players against 5. Because Device can't take an engagement.
I like their grouping for B.
I mean, the positions for Mousesports on B are really strong.
That's true.
As well. I mean, I guess there's no good solution, I suppose. There is no good solution. So we're seeing that classic Danish Counter-Strike there. The B split, send the in-game leader up short by himself, whilst the rest of the team run through the apps, and it's actually working out a treat. Rops and Oscar, though, will they try to do more damage here? They must be aware that these players are quite weak. That must have been some of the information that has been going over the communications of the team. Oscar. Oh, he actually got a quick little hint there. Saw the barrel of the gun. But, wow, this round almost looked incredibly out of control. But that classic 3-1 split saved them.
Yeah, it was all resting on a hair trigger. It was a good flash to get them across B apps. If Chris J had not been blind for that first shot, that seriously could have been the round right there. There's so many small chances where it could have all fallen apart. And it didn't. And they keep 4 people alive, so don't mind the HP. They've got 4 bodies that don't have to rebuy, and Mousesports won't either. They do the Rops with the ump. Not much utility beyond that.
Smoke on the man who saved his weapon. Early flashes from Astralis. They're not expecting much in this round. Rops will try and give himself some breathing room, and element of danger added for Astralis, but they will charge straight through it and eliminate that danger. The danger wasn't clear and is no longer present. Stico with the USP. Maybe they'll find danger in that as well, after Chris J's shenanigans on the previous map, but there we go. The round is over. We'll move on. Oscar will have enough money for AWP and full armor. And, you know, the first half of the last game was good for him. It was very good for him, but the second half sucked. So you have to wonder if the halves were the other way around, maybe he brings some great momentum into Mirage, but I do wonder if he'll be as aggressive as he normally is. It seems that he will.
A smoke can be a great tool for an upper, so it's nice to see that he got somebody else to use theirs. That means that they can leave him in connector, so that he can buy another 15 seconds with a one-way in a game where 5v4s mean the world. Any small advantage like that will matter. We saw Device pull Astralis back into the game with that in the second half.
Well, it is time to go, it would seem, into the A sites. It's down to the connector players, though, to bust open this position. Spray down is great from Mousesports to Sunny. Now there's only 3 left to try to attack the site. And Oscar's going to be fed Zipex. What else will the Beast consume? A first buy-round victory for Mousesports. Definitely a welcome situation. Able to pick up the AK, survive with every player. That's so strong. Is there something you would have liked to have seen Astralis do more of, or change?
Yeah, I mean, it's an incredibly clean round from Mousesports because Sunny was just watching his back. I mean, they had right side smokes out, so all of his attention was just going to be on watching the flank until the smokes are up and his team decide what to do in the retake. The bomb got down with 1 player left over, so it seemed just a little bit too barren from Astralis. There wasn't enough distractions caused to take attention away from Sunny.
Ooh. Oscar was considering the Molotov play in CPL. Very rare. He wanted to face, but maybe he'll save it for another round. Maybe when there's more money. It's interesting to note that Astralis choose to throw their grenades all on that in this particular position, because a lot of other teams throw it from further back, and that may leave them susceptible to the HE grenades being thrown over the top that we rarely see these days. Rops forced out by the Molotov, looking for a target. 3 different players finding them on the Mousesports side. The pop flash comes in, Mr. Sunny delivers another kill, and the Rops will pop out for the last one. Absolutely crushing Astralis.
It's a very popular, very common flash that robs through, but it's extremely effective for that reason, and it's great for blinding people on A ramp. If people come out Palace, that helps out, but the one person who couldn't kill Rops, and he was able to use both those flashes perfectly. And he was even mollied out under Balk. So, you know, Astralis are assuming they get this kill for free. That Rops goes down, they can move on if anybody decides to play there. But he stays alive. He has 2 kills. And he takes the AK into this round. They've got 4 AKs and an op. This is the dream.
The absolute dream scenario, indeed. Just got to make sure these Deagles don't mess that dream up, and it looks like they will straight away. So there you go. Dream is dead. Immediately, Sunny is dead. Chris is going to be able to tap down in middle, but you got to be really cautious when you face Deagles long range. 1 bullet's all it takes. So Astralis is somehow getting massive value from this round, if we consider that the AWP is on the ground somewhere as well. Zipex running all the way into Palace. But Rops will be there to hear if he runs. I don't think Rops is Rops aware at all. I don't think so. Will he check this position? Oh, he just about turns around in time. Imagine if he gets that kill and then plants the bomb. That's a really winnable round for Astralis.
Oh, Zipex doesn't lose those.
Yeah,
Sight to himself for 15 seconds?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If that's the old P250. But it's not, so who cares? Who cares? 3-3, both teams on the buy once more. We'll see if Mousesports can continue their winning ways. It's crazy that on the buy round they lose no one, and the anti-eco anti-force buy round is quite expensive for them. PRB does not survive long enough for the second flashbang that Glaive deploys. And Chris J is even deeper. Look at this. That's going to force Astralis' hand. They're going to try to charge into the B bomb site. Stico's got an off angle. He's not being flashed by these flashbangs. Device gets annihilated immediately. Stico buys time. You see Sunny taking the second last frag there. Grenades will be exchanged. That's quite beautiful, quite poetic. But ultimately, it's Astralis with most of the tragedy.
I think we have a long game on our hands. Feels like it's going to be fairly back and forth. So Astralis' rounds have been really good, and so have Mousesports'.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really hard to say just because of the way the economy can be affected. I think it really hinges on how well Mousesports can keep a hold of their current money right now. If they're able to avoid getting reset once, then I think we could probably see like a 10-5 Mousesports half. So we'll see if they're able to do that. As you say, we're seeing some good stuff from Astralis so far, and they are a team that has so much class. And wow, they just find damage somehow in these rounds when they shouldn't get anything. They just find 2 kills and a bomb plant. That's insane. 3 kills at a bomb plant. My god. Astralis. Wow.
Why can't they do that when they've got a full buy?
So another round for Mousesports here, and at least there is a lot of money on Mr. Rops. He's almost on 16k, 200 shy, but he'll have to rebuy, which is good, actually, so he doesn't lose any money from winning rounds. That would suck. So the full buy back in for Mousesports. Okay, what are we going to see from Astralis? The set piece style or the default style? Looks like the set piece straight off.
Yeah, heavy focus on A ramp. Literally 0 palace, full grenades utility, and it's actually a B push to kick things off for Mousesports. They execute fast enough. This is kind of the right play. If they wait any longer, Mousesports have way too much information. Are they going to wait for the smoke? No, looks like they aren't.
Here comes the charge from Astralis. Rops has been taken down very early indeed, and Sunny will take down Dupree, flying through the smokes. Molotov's going in his direction as the plant comes in. Who knows what could be if he knew Bardoff Molotov. 4 versus 4, Sunny's going to push through the smoke instead, and that might be even better. There is a flank here for the CT side, which is already far too deep for the device to expect. Even 2 Astralis players, Kiabi and CT Spawn's effect on T ramp. He's the main issue for them at the moment, but issues will compound as time continues. Wide peek from Chris J, that leaves Kiabi alone, but Sunny delivers another kill. 3k for him, and the defuse will be made.
Really good plays from... Was it Sunny who pushed the smoke into bench?
Yeah, after getting the kill from the player who jumped through.
Yeah, on Dupree, yeah. Yeah, so that was really nice. That was really nice. Because I think for a long time people have been conditioned out of pushing through that smoke, because usually either these days there's a Molotov on bench to stop that, or it was just so expected that you just stop seeing people doing it. But I think we've actually reached a point where people don't expect it as much, because it just doesn't happen nearly as much anymore. So really good timing to peek through that smoke.
Yeah, that is an important thought about the meta, that there is a correct time to do everything. Oh, the window smoke straight up misses his.
They don't know that.
Sound like Key and Peele.
Sound like a rapper.
Yeah.
And now they know that there's no smoke in window.
Oh.
And Oscar's going to have them. He's going to have at them. No smoke. They are dead. Civex to get a pick up on the A site though. Oh, Oscar's trapped in the Molotov there. So somehow again, Astralis create this 2v2. It is quickly traded back for Chris J, but they keep forcing Mousesports to have clutch situations, which is pretty impressive considering how Mousesports usually start off the round strong.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, but I feel like they should be like a little bit ahead of them. I guess, you know, Mousesports' CT side on Mirage is as good as any is. So it's super solid. There's a lot of room for individual skill here. It always shines with Mousesports. And Zipix in the clutch can be worth the wait. Sometimes it's
he wins these,
yeah,
as they say.
He wins these. Yeah, I've seen you win these. Oh. Sometimes it works out well too if you're the kind of player who always wins clutches, because then people give you way too much respect. Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's really bold. That's a bold plant.
It is.
It's really difficult for him to because he has to guess that there's either a guy in CT or in jungle, and it's actually really possible that there can actually be a player in Palace as well. So it's like I mean, what do you do?
Well, you smoke jungle and then plant safe CT next to triple.
He could have planted jungle. The only risk there is like someone pushing through it. But yeah, definitely that would have been better. I think also if you plant default, because he planted opposite default, which is still exposed to CT.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to put a smoke down and not plant in a smoke, then you might as well just smoke off connector on jungle, and then plant safe for CT, and you're covering more options then.
Well, I mean, he smoked opposite triple so that people would spam it.
Yeah.
But they didn't bite.
Yeah, but what people would spam that?
Cats.
Well, yeah, they would think that
so
he's
you could
diving
just
for the plant.
You could smoke jungle and connector and have the same effects.
Well, I don't think they would spam through it.
They would just rotate.
Yeah. Because if it's on the exact plant, they feel like, okay, we can just spray the smoke and actually be shooting at the bomber.
Then he still gets the bomb down, and and it's a post-plant situation.
No, but the point is that it delays them a lot, and he can reposition afterwards, and they don't know that the plant is not there until the smoke goes away.
Yeah, it was a honey pot.
Yeah. Like, I think it is a really smart play, but obviously it's like I liked it personally, but I mean the way he planted, did choose to plant, I didn't like so much. But never mind. 8-3. So you were saying, Mo, that you felt like it could be a very close game, but it does seem like Mousesports have very much stabilized their economy. They've somehow managed to generate a lot of bank despite all these rounds going down to 2 players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have been able to generate a bank, hang on to all their guns and stuff like that. And Mousesports are doing Astralis are doing things in a very clean way. Like they're full executing on A right at a spawn. They're not really drawing the rounds out that long. So, in actuality, Mousesports are also saving a lot of their utility.
And there's a clean round where all utility is saved. Yeah, that's utility for the CTs as well is like $1,000. It's
yeah.
like it's so expensive.
Really not a big fan of that A execute, and they ended up losing that round because Mousesports went for the info play and pushed B apps and then flanked. And Sunny had the huge 3K as well. Even though Rops died on site in the 45. Oh, here's the exact same rounds they're gonna do. This time mid control out for the T's. CTs are set up perfectly for an A execute though. A ramp hold.
It's an entirely different place they're throwing most of their grenades from this time.
Oh, it's different A execute.
Well,
oh yeah,
well,
they
it
have
might be
two
the same.
Palace.
It might depend on who is throwing the grenades. Which is curious.
Oscar, man. He's in such an interesting spot with his AWP. Rops as well. What is this positioning on the bomb site? Oh my god, he's in Ninja. Oh my god, he misses a shot as well. And Rops goes down instantly to that. Failed so hard.
Yeah, that did. That looked really funny.
Yeah, it did. It seemed like they were so committed as well. I'm not sure why they've just ran back from, because you see they ran back from the pit, which created the situation where they couldn't ever have had another good position to fight from because they had to run for too long.
It feels like they tried to ditch each other.
Yeah.
They tried to bait each other. But when 2 people are baiting, everyone gets checked.
So good round from Astralis, I suppose. I mean, Mousesports trying something a bit funky there and sort of, yeah, it was all about Oscar and Rops really.
So, you know, they're set up really well for an A execute anyways. I feel like Rops could have held on to Palace. Oscar could have taken first contact at A ramp like he wanted to, unless you see some kind of close flash that pushes them off. But what is their benefit from just sitting in those spots as the smokes and flashes come over? Those smokes, flashes, and Molotovs were intended to isolate them where they are.
Seems it will be grenades again from Astralis. Molotov on ramp from Rops. See how much that delays things for the side. Chris J playing close to the smoke. Will he make a feint sandwich? Molotov will delay. Astralis moving in, but now they begin. Back to the Molotov on the plant position. This will be impossible.
Got to plant soon. Oh.
Oscar put to work. Now that's really important. He clears out the 2 players on the site. Now it's about just pressuring the rest of the teams back here so that space can be cleared for the defuse attempts. But it looks like they can't do that. Device is holding on to Tetris pretty effectively. Sunny finally locks it down. Wow, Sunny. If he doesn't get it in that one spray, I think it's over.
Mm-hmm.
I think it had to be right then. That's amazing. Good job from Sunny.
Yeah, truly incredible. High pressure to retake frags. Yeah, we're talking about counting retake frags, and he's got a bunch already.
Yeah.
Very unlikely situation, but a successful one. Mousesports with another good half. Chris J said on Twitter after Inferno that he felt like they threw that game.
I think that's fair.
So
if you're 14-7, I guess that's fair.
see if they can capitalize this time. Oscar waiting a bit too long on his Molotov, perhaps. Early 4 versus 5. That will compromise Chris J's position as well. Although he's still trying to play around the smoke, but Device is looking for it. just looking for it. Bomb will be dropped on the floor. I think Sonny knows what might be going on here.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Like ships in the night.
What's...
Oh my god. That's so absurd. 10-5 is the first half score with the Mousesports scene in front. Another very dominant, very convincing CT side from them. But perhaps they can do better this time and actually have a T side as well. Because last game they had no T side. Okay. Stika, Chris J, the Grenade Men. No raid bosses. Sad times.
Yeah, Chris J's got a PC-50, but no Kevlar. No Kevlar to speak of. Looks like it's going to be a fast split from Mousesports. We've got smokes going down to the CT position. Have they spotted Glaive yet? Apparently not, and he gets an easy 2 kills. Delivering a third as well, Glaive, and that's the bomb spotted. We've got Device making a play through the smoke, but he will fail, leaving it in a 2-on-2. Perhaps Mousesports will wait to try and get the bomb down. He spotted one player towards short, and that's where Stiko is, so Chris J will go and join him. He's got to be careful though, because Dupree could pick him as he makes his way there. No more smokes, no more flashes, no more grenades for this T side. Zepex has been opened up, and has Chris J found good timing to make it so short? He has.
This is real bad right now for Astralis. Very, very bad. Dupree really needs to bail them out, but he can't do it. It's Stiko who gets the kill, finishes off the round. Really strong entry fragging to be from Stiko too, the 3k for that one. And Mousesports, they just have to win the anti-eco, which they failed to do in the last map, I believe. And then they will be in a position where they should be with 13 rounds to the 5 of Astralis, before Astralis can really have a good buy.
That was 2v5 as well, I think. Something like that. Glaive got 3 kills from stairs, and then they just started fragging out. But I like this. I like the strat though. Hey, James, you remember the strat, right? Because they threw the molly to the window. I think we saw them do it once before.
I didn't see where the grenades went in that round.
They threw the molly from top mid in a window.
Okay.
Yeah. And then connector split up A.
Yeah, that's normally used for a B, which is maybe why they use it for an A. But I don't know how many teams are even familiar with it, because it's very rare that you see that.
Very rare.
Glaive not wanting to go too far. He's still at the point of return. So he can choose to fight to the death, or he can choose to fall back. Oh, that would have been a fun one. 2 plays in the red for Astralis. Mousesports on the minute mark, rotating around towards A.
Some well-timed drops. Make sure they don't make any noise. CTs are roaming around, but nobody's overstacking. And with Glaive weak at A, this is probably the prime site to hit. But now we've got 5 CTs, almost in position already.
Yeah. The Sunny will get in there with the Mag 10, so everything's okay for the initial entry. Chris J with a double backstab, and all of a sudden, no worries. No worries at all. Ooh, I think Device gets that kill. He gets to pull the trigger again.
Well,
12-5, that's it. Go James, go. Be free.
Astralis have no money, and they can't do anything in this round. That's not much else to say.
Express yourself.
Since I said that, nothing has changed in their situation. They haven't bought anything. So it's another dominant scoreline for Mousesports, winning the second pistol. This 13-5 should not be doable, but maybe Astralis will be spurred on by the comeback in the previous. It's not really in a position to pull a grenade out. Got to be really careful, and he's doing well. He's doing really well. Chris J only on a CZ, and didn't fight him close, but it is a CZ after all. So maybe this has come to an end. Glaive 12 HP, no Kevlar. He'll be put out of his misery by Chris J. Well then, 13-5.
Does it look like Rop's raised his sense a bit? It's looking a little shakier.
Yeah, it is looking a bit shakier, isn't it?
I wonder if he did raise it at all. It's looking solid, but or his spray is getting shakier.
The buys window buys perhaps for Astralis. They need to win this. They need to win this round, or else it's forced buy for them. Dupree, does he have any idea?
Oh man.
What a spot! What a spot! What a spot! It's Sunny to win the battle though, and it's a 5v4 with great positioning very early into the round. Zipex, will they actually expect him to be arriving from this position after the kill on Dupree? That is the question. Sunny will be able to potentially hear the running of the player rotating into market, as Kirby now asks questions in the B apartments. So right now Astralis have been proactive. They've worked out that B apartments is clear, so now they know the push is coming to way. But I don't know if it was going to be information that will reach them soon enough, because the rotation's really far away. Glaive has to get damage here. Has to get damage.
One might not be good enough. Stico will trade. Device making his way towards the triple. They're lining up for him. It's a tight choke point. And there are players in the red, but there he goes. Zipex quietly making his way in. Chris J is creeping around the smoke. You spotted him. Zipex with a pop flash. Chris J is going to face before it goes off. That leaves Kiabi with 11 HP and a flashbang. Position unknown. And perhaps he takes out the bomb planter. He does. 22 seconds left. Both players in the red. The flashbang will be avoided by Chris J, but not the gun. Astralis with a narrow victory in that one.
It's the worst possible thing though, because they went down to the last man, which puts them at massive threat in this round. That if they do not find a way to close it down, that's they'll pretty much just straight up lose the match if they lose this round. So it's a lot of pressure again, but they were able to fight their way back from this position in the previous map.
It's a one-on-one as well. So tantalizing round here for Mousesports. And they don't get the opening kill. This is where Device started turning up on Inferno. The CT side with the op, second half. It's 5v4 after 5v4 with this guy.
And he didn't actually escape getting tagged by Oscar. Oscar actually did get a connection there. He's a weakened Device. But Device did, of course, get the frag as mentioned. Ooh.
This could be the game. I mean, if Mousesports win this round, either team will be saving. We saw Galil on Sunny. We know the money's not good for anybody here.
Oh dear, look at that. Smoke tricks. But Mousesports will not get close enough fast enough. Might be hard for Mousesports though. Maybe they're offering a fake. The pairs will be split, it seems. Rops will offer a grenade towards jungle connector.
Oh, it's going to be a crummy fake, it looks like. Are they committing anybody?
2 smokes on 4 players.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a real crummy fake.
The tap versus the wall. That might be a giveaway, you might say, but there are 3 players in A. Device delivering a warning shot to Chris J. Now the rotation begins for the CT side as the flashbangs rain in on B.
Zipex has found himself a great position, though I think he's gone completely under the radar. Not anymore, but that's the bomb down on the bomb site. He's perhaps done more than enough, indeed. Teammates will finish off the rest. Oscar gets some cheeky shots in there. Zipex trying to play close to the wall to avoid Oscar. And that's going to be the round for Astralis now, as they do survive with 3 players. And Mousesports are forced to save.
Yeah, it was pretty weak on the fly round. Device killing Chris J was big. I mean, even if you lived for a long time, could have been annoying as a flank or just a player on A that they can't kill. So it could have been a risk if Device ended up dying. They maybe would have bid on the fake a little more. It was important that Mousesports committed there, down a man. And Astralis coming out here with mid control versus Glocks.
Oh well, these Glocks have yielded themselves 2 kills, not 1, but 2. Great shot from Device. Chris J just ran straight into the crosshair there. And Zipex might clean up, but he's been tagged as well. Glaive may come to the rescue. And now the gap is reduced to 5. Mousesports, what do you have in you? Nice. maybe 5 AKs in this round. It will be. If they're successful, they can always take the AWP away from their opponents. Dupree will be AWPing in this round, it seems.
Top connector smoke. Oh, I actually like this in response. 2 CTs pushing in, looking to help each other out, make sure no lurks can happen.
Sunny's got past her, but Kirby spots him. That was big. I was going to say, Sunny managed to dart across as the flashes came in. That was really nice, and Dupree should offer up a kill here, indeed. Another one. So what is the solution here for Mousesports? They're struggling in their ability to convert from middle. In fact, really, I wouldn't even suggest that they actually had middle properly in this round. They were unable to prevent Astralis from fragging them as they made their way into forward positions. So from that perspective, they never really had mid. Perhaps they should go to Astralis' style and just go for those set pieces.
Yeah, I don't really like that. I didn't really like those set pieces from Astralis, if I'm honest. I mean, it only netted them 5 rounds in total, but I think maybe if Sunny was more aware of the fact that Connector was smoked in response to their Molotov, he could have maybe had a fairer fight. We've seen the opening kill go back and forth from that perspective. Dupree, he is the man he was looking for, right? Thought I could get this kill again. I snuck past Connector, but I actually liked the Astralis' setup that played 2 Connector versus all that mid control, and we didn't really see any Mousesports with all that mid control try to do anything to Connector, even though it seemed like they were very intent on taking it. So maybe just more follow through with the punch. It's gonna put some shoulder into it.
Grenades of their own streaming into the A site. 2 grenades around a triple position, which limits how abusive Glaive can be. Not too late for his high explosive grenade, however. Where is the bomb? It needs to go down. Bomb's on the floor at the moment as far as getting themselves some kills, boosting up. They gotta get this bomb plant, and at least they'll do that. 3 HP Seco will die soon afterwards, so that's worst case scenario, but the Astralis have quickly caught back 10 to 13. Maybe the nightmare is here again.
I feel like the first thing that Mousesports need to do is find a way to take middle. Like properly. Like actually take middle. I mean, every team at this level should be able to do it. Take middle, force CTs out of connector, put a player in there yourself, get a player into the ladder room if you can, towards shorts. You can roll the dice like Astralis was with these set pieces towards A. But that's only, I feel like, so if you don't have confidence in your ability to take map control.
I definitely agree. Oh, and he's not going to let that happen, but Stico, very aware of an A ramp push, doesn't pull out his nade too early.
But do they still go for it now?
That's a good question.
Because they have so much time, I don't think they need to go for it. I think at this point you've given up the information as well. That's like the worst thing if you're going to go for a set piece, if the other team knows about it, that's you know, one of the best ways for them to defeat it. So plenty of time. Now would be a great time to take mid control.
I mean, B is actually completely fair. I mean, they don't know that, but I feel like they're using some utility at A and then leaving. So I'm not sure.
So they'll split A basically, it seems, that from this point. Big frag. Glaive down. What's the move here from Astralis? All they can do really is wait. The push is about to arrive onto the A site. The bomb's rotating. 2 from Connector, 2 from Pits, 1 from Palace.
What is this monstrosity of a smoke?
They've abandoned B again. Right side.
What?
And Oscar. Well, that's going to kick things off. Stico will get taken down elsewhere. So only 1 player is unknown. That's Device in default. 15 seconds for the bomb to go down. He had to get that kill. Now Dupree, there's limitations to what he can do to stop this. Bardolph Molotov would have stopped triple, which is the only way that Mousesports could win around there, apart from elimination.
What was that Oscar shot though? How do you jump into the window and then headshot someone with an AWP? How do you do that?
First you be Oscar, then the rest is easy. See, that's a perfect situation, right? Where they're not going to peek Dupree. He knows they're going to plant on triple. If he does Bardolph Molotov, then at least they have to face him because they can't plant a bomb there.
Is that Bardolph Molotov number 2 or number 1?
It's number 3.
What's the...
Because, well, if you consider you can throw it from jungle or CT, right? So
Okay.
that's the one that goes both sides of triples. He had a Molotov as well. That was a round-winning play. That is why, it's situations like that, which is why I design these grenade launchers.
But no one's calling the lineups. I'm throwing CT smoke number 2. Right, you're just throwing CT smoke.
What?
You're either Molotoving default or triple.
Triple.
Triple,
You
yeah.
said 1 or 2. You could have said default or triple.
Yeah, but is it because you call them both Bardolph Molotov, but they're 2 different ones?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, technically, there are 4 Molotovs, but they're all just Bardolph.
That's what
You need to learn them all.
well, we're good.
Device. Oh, will he escape? Will he escape? No. Sonny just around the corner. Key round for Mousesports to win. He's been on the losing end of so many, and Dupree intends for them to be on the losing end of this one as well.
But Dan also called it out nicely last round. The late round mid-control after getting the A pick. Turning what was initially going to be a straight-up A hit into... Alright, well, they know that we're about to hit A. We also got the opening 5v4. We made it's going to be weak. Let's go and ensure that we can win this round safely.
I like it's... Yeah, to get a good approach into this side, though the Shadow player's been isolated. Glaive somehow still gets the kill, though. And Kirby as well, delivering death from CT. And just like that, snap of the fingers, it's all gone for Mousesports. There was so much promise there, but they couldn't win their 1v1s. All they had to do was win at least one of those 2 1v1s. The guy on Shadow or just kill Kirby. One of those 2, and then they can still have a round. But you can't lose them both.
Yeah, crossfires are like a TP or something, where you have like 2 sticks, and if you take one of those sticks out, the whole thing can fall down. But it's strong; it'll protect you from the storm if it's standing. All you need to do is remove 1 stick.
Glaive trying to jiggle peek on the ramp, but the bait will not be taken. Chris J has closed the distance. Is there a pop flash for him? We've seen a lot of recently a lot of T's running through smokes in connector, and Chris J will do exactly the same. Device wasn't expecting that, and that smoke grenade is not a brick wall. Oscar gets himself a no-scope, and just like that, Mousesports make their way to match point. Astralis have got to be shell-shocked.
The crazy thing too is I think that Chris J was able to get the kill because Oscar got a kill in connector, and and basically that player that like Device, Chris J killed Device, but Device was going to rotate to do another job because he had a mate in connector. But he's like, oh god, my connector friend's died, I better rotate back, and Chris J's there. So it all goes back to Oscar. It always goes back to Oscar.
That's Unlucko.
Unlucko, yes. B aggression from Astralis. Oscar looking for it. Oh my! Wow, he missed a shot. So that's the thing then.
But what can Mousesports do with this information? They know at least one person was in the underpass. I don't know if they can identify that there were 2, but they're quite spread out at the moment. And I don't know if Sonny's got a position where he can hear all this rotating. Maybe not. I don't think you can really hear Market from there. So the bomb is still headed towards the A site. So maybe Sonny has to make a play, although he may just wait for a rotation because of his position in the ladder room.
Oh, don't often see Kirby on the orb. I think he just whiffed a shot there. Chris J up on Tetris. Must know that there's the AWPer in CT. Catches him somehow. Great pixel shot. But now it's down to Sonny and Stiko. Stiko entry fragging onto the site. Will clear out some degree of space, but there's everybody's there for the CT side. So great rotation here from Mousesports.
Yeah, Sonny should just... Yeah, I guess he wants to make sure that B is completely clean, and then he'll realize the big rotate out. He should probably, because they have no utility and they could come through... This rotate is a long way. Thankfully for Mousesports, the CTs haven't gotten here yet, but they'd be able to watch the cross and he wouldn't be able to help them.
Yeah, he gets across just in time. Goes for the safe plant, which is smart, and Sonny has an off angle at least. He might be showing a little bit to short, but there's no one there, so it may not matter. Device looking for an opening. He's got to be careful though. If Stiko looks up from the van position, does Device reveal his position? The off angle from Sonny will prevail. And now Zipex has revealed his position. Stiko's on fire. Oh my god, he's got 12 HP. He's got 12 HP. He's taken so much damage. Got a grenade in his hand as well, putting it on the bomb, but it's not going to do the job really.
It actually kind of made it worse almost, molotoving the bomb, because then he couldn't move anywhere. he couldn't dodge. And as you can see, there was time for Zipex to actually go for it. That's hilarious.
It was close.
Panic mode.
I think I would have liked to see him not take the fight right away and then fall back to Van right after the Molotov, because I thought that's what he was planning to do. Because then it'd be like, why would he waste any time trying to clear Van if he had mollied it out? But it was a close call. It was a good molly, I guess, to begin with, because it did so much damage. Fortunately for Mousesports to get another buy up, and Astralis gonna be low on utility because they lost so many players. Ooh, Oscar getting in front of the molly as well. That means he's weak. Zipix doesn't give him the kill. No jump spots today. Or will there be?
There might be.
Oh.
How patient is Oscar?
Oh.
There's not even a single jump just yet. That's so brave for Oscar to still be in this position. He's going to keep pushing. Of course, he probably will, won't he? Especially now that they've lost Rops. You kind of feel like Oscar has to get something from this. But is he going to go back? Or is he going to hold this? I really feel like Mousesports need Oscar to deliver a kill. And he's somehow really good at delivering kills towards this bomb site from that position, as hard as it is. So they could just, okay, they're going to go for a B set piece execution in that though, so I guess it's all the same in the end.
Look at Glaive, he's in T-spawn, they have so much information, so they've got 4 people in the B bomb site. As Mousesports start to move in, surely this is suicide for Mousesports. Last 2 players trapped in the apartments. What happens when you go out? Oscar taking some tagging. Oh my god. This makes it doable for him. There's only 1 person on the side of the flank coming in, and I have no idea which way he's facing, but Glaive will be brave enough to peek. My god.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that? How do you get a headshot there? Jeez.
Had to be a headshot, right?
Yeah, just to make it that bit's extra special. Astralis doing it again. Are they going to reach the overtime? Because this is save round for Mousesports. Astralis should be given for a 14th round here. I mean, you don't see people lose these rounds really. Not Astralis. Okay, info. They're all mids, says Kirby. And they're all mine.
On to the next one. Mousesports. Last chance saloon. The bell has been rung. Final orders, please. Final orders, please!
Last round, they just took too long. I think they kept teasing Oscar. He thought that he was going to get a kill for his team. And Zipix just wouldn't jump. It was crazy to see that. Wouldn't jump spot once. I think was so fearful of the thought that maybe this would cost us, and he was right. And then the big flank came out, so they were, they were dead on arrival.
They seem to have an idea as to what is going to be going on here, because they've basically got 4 people in the A bomb site, including Device. I guess that kill onto Sunny, who was lucky not to die earlier with the preemptive spray. And there is Stico making his way in, but he's got no cover for the entire site. The rest of Mousesports are still on the ramp, so you have to wonder what's going on here. And maybe their best opportunities to win this in normal time have passed them, Mousesports. So looks like a bad sink of people.
See, you wanted A executes in, this is what you get.
I know, right? I know. Oscar's in there though. He's still alive. There are still problems. There is a minute to play with, so they can still do something here. A lot of it does come down to Chris J and Connector. He's got the bomb as well, so if he dies, the round's probably over for a multitude of reasons. And there's a spot. He has to get something. He has to get something from Mousesports here. And there comes Kirby. Rops, though, able to take down the player on the site. The bomb is down. And now Rops is down as well. The round is Astralis's. The overtime is Astralis's. And Mousesports, they are going to think that they threw this again. Because what were they like? 13-6, I think it was. The advantage was 13-6 at one point.
Yeah, let's take a look.
We can't, it's overtime, doesn't show anymore.
It was definitely 13-6 at one point. I don't know if that was the worst. It was, but...
Learn to play, Launders. Learn to play.
I end my games before overtime.
10,000 dollars per person. That's how it goes. Astralis going all in immediately. Dupree with the second sniper rifle. Mousesports have to discuss. We're not the ones going into overtime with momentum. We are the opposite of momentum. We are stuck in the mud. We have a flat tire. We're a snowmobile with no blades.
Molasses feet.
That too. How can we change our fortunes?
It's kind of tough. Astralis' CD side is really solid, and it was the one round that Mousesports won. They made like a push that they capitalized on, went back to take mid, and that was a pretty decisive round. We haven't seen too many of those. Overall, it's been very difficult for Mousesports to even do something as simple as take mid as a terrorist. The connector smoke actually works better than most. Oh boy.
Sonny will take connector by force. Lots of grenades flying his way from short, but those grenades have come and gone. Now what can Mousesports do in this situation? Kirby moving away from the CPL position, as we've often seen the CTs do at this point. With Astralis on the CT side. Seems intentions are towards 4 people around connector, but someone's been spotted on short. That may make Device wonder if it's a B play, but now he's seen someone in connector, so he's got to try and figure out what exactly is going on here. Brain will be whirring.
Oh, does he see a gun? Hit him with another scope, dude.
Oh, now Oscar is in position. That's the bomb. So much info. Oscar holding the angle. And there it is. Almost inevitable, but what can Mousesports do? Their plan is known. Just made him angry.
Don't poke the bear.
You can't poke the bear, you got to kill the bear. Yeah. 23 seconds, and once the smoke disappears, how long will it take? Okay, there it is. Rops will he spot a player towards CT. 15 seconds, that bomb's going to get planted. We've got Oscar on short now, so the bomb can get planted triple, and it will.
Yeah, they have their positioning's too strong at the moment. Astralis looking to save. And Mousesports will be thinking, why couldn't we have won this round?
Have a completely abysmal
regulation.
Yeah, regulation, and then win the first round in OT. In kind of similar fashion too. I mean, they just went mid control and then to A. They've been trying to do that all half. They couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny, isn't it? It is Sod's Law.
Which one?
Sod's Law.
What's Sod's Law? You can only win
Hang on,
T rounds in OT.
This is a really bad spot for Astralis, especially if Dupree gets taken out. Nice no-scope from him. 2 AWPs on the first round of overtime. You lose everything. You are most likely going to round 3 with very little to offer, but Astralis will have something to offer in this round. The AWP, the sole AWP goes to Device. We start to see a lack of helmets on the side. You wonder why they bought any helmets at all, really, in this round. All things considered. Implications. Warning shots from Device, and he does have T's coming his way. Sunny's enjoyed his time around this smoke. But again, after a while, Astralis will back away from CPL. Device will go towards connector. We have Dupree in the ladder room, so later on he may look to jump down to the bricks and cut off any T's walking into connector. It is an off angle you don't always check for. There's Device shooting for that very reason. And that will allow them to position plays elsewhere. Nasty surprise coming from Kiabi. Oh my god.
Where was Oscar? On Cat? Oh my god. Through the bricks.
He's eating bricks now. Eating bricks now. Well, Mousesports have found a lot of success suddenly. What's happened there? What has happened here?
What's the law?
Well, it's kind of like Murphy's Law, but apparently there's like some there's a lot of different meanings to it, or ways you can use it. But it's kind of like Murphy's Law.
Those are the kinds of laws I like.
So
the ones you can interpret how you like.
Yeah, and it's a bit annoying like that actually, Whistler's Law. But yeah, so I didn't actually use it correctly.
You lied to me, Dan.
Yeah.
Isn't Sod's Law generally that something terrible, if something crap can happen, it will happen?
Yeah, it's like Murphy's Law, but it's also actually worse usually. But there's other interpretations as well, apparently.
How's it worse?
Because it was like at the worst possible time.
Specifically. Well, anyway, we have these teams fighting for the last round, and that's how it will end, with somebody taking a stroll through a smoke grenade. And that is a crucial round for Astralis. Gives them the slightest bit of breathing room as Mousesports finally make their way back to the CT side. It was a 10-5 half when they were on CT, so they will have high hopes.
That was actually a funny situation where everybody else on the server died in other fights, and then these two players that were just pretty quiet for the end of the round, because somebody threw a molly and then fought someone and then died in that molly, and then it's just two players run into each other by accident.
Classic. Sunny finding himself forward position in smoke. Will he be suspected? There's a lot of covering fire to be provided to allow for maybe even a distraction so he can make a play.
Derby though, he's making his way in the lower area, so Sunny's got to be careful. Deploying a grenade and getting away with it. Oh my god, where are these frags coming from? Kiabi with a 2K. And he's gone down. Now the bomb's rotating towards A. Dupree is killing Stico as he makes a play around B apartment, and Chris J's alone.
Yeah, that was really bad because now... Oh, never mind. I was going to say with that frag, then Chris was going to be worried about his back, which is the last thing he needed there. But 17-17 Astralis doing a good job tying it up. But that means now that it's on one of these two teams to win 2 in a row to take the W.
This is the magic number.
19. The magic number is Oscar.
What language is that number?
The language of winning.
There we go.
Perhaps.
The Charlie Sheen language.
Exactly, yeah. To be fair, Oscar he only has one gear. And that gear is go. Glaive is down. The imperious, fearless leader.
Can he see that bomb as well? Yeah. Good luck retrieving that. Device. Ooh, he's close. Oscar will be forced away, so the bomb can be rescued, and it will. Minutes on the clock for... Oh, there's a push. Stico's in B apps with an off angle, which is fortunate for him because Dupree awaits. He waits a mistake. Ooh, he'll be entertained by some footsteps on the site itself. He'll be distracted at the perfectly wrong time, and Mousesports can keep 3 towards A in the meantime.
So this is a really big problem because you can see that Mousesports have sort of figured this out. They have 4 players already rotating towards A, and Astralis only have 3 members, and they've had to expend utility on middle. Oscar picks off Zipex. Now they're only coming in for 1 choke point. That is a desperate situation to say the least. He comes in. That's going to offer up Device a chance now with the rest of his team into that bomb site, but there's simply too much, it would appear. Device has to do it all. And it's now up to Mousesports to try to close down the round lead into a victory here in this round. And it's going to be tough. Astralis is going to have a 4-buy, so it will not come easily.
Yeah, it definitely seems reasonable to think, though, that there will be positive CT halves in this OT just because of how regulation went. And both teams were quite good on their CT sides. Like Mousesports, if you remember, just was solid overall. It didn't seem like they had too many lucky rounds to think about. It was just a lot of simple, solid holds.
No AWP for either team. Oscar will not be as dangerous as he normally is, but he's still looking over, or trying to, with his AK-47.
Oh.
Sunny is in connector on his own.
Wow.
Oh, he's gone too far.
Yeah, that's a bit. You got to be careful with that when the smoke goes away right at that moment. It's a bit predictable to go for that peak, especially with no action. But Sunny creating the action there, able to hold down connector, the incendiary tossed out there. Also a nice little pop flash against the wall to try to keep his position safe and held on to for the time being. And Chris can also play off of him if there's a flash to go into middle, or perhaps if there's action from Sunny, Chris can get a peek into mid here. Sunny's staying in the same position. That will cause Dupree to, rather Chris J to finally peek.
They would have seen the bomb though, because Dupree is carrying the bomb, so that is really important as a Stico. I think he made a step. You can see Glaive in the ladder room holding an angle, trying to keep Dupree safe, but he can't really. Stico can peek and take out Dupree without him knowing about it. And now he's running in the underpass, and Stico will surely hear him. You see him turning his mouse around. He realizes what's going on, spotting Glaive as well. Trying to back off, trying to buy time, trying to reposition. And now the bomb is running away. 24 seconds. Glaive picks off Chris J. Which bomb site are they going to? It's really confusing for Mousesports.
It's going to A, but the time is going to be really tight, especially with the CTs. Surely, will there be anyone on this angle watching the cross? There surely must be. They will realize that they have to go for a plant. Dupree somehow gets a headshot onto Rops. And now Dupree has a great spot to clutch the round. He's even got the advantage, because where is he? That's what Stico now has to try to figure out.
He's got a flash, which isn't so useful when there are so many targets to find. Will he be looking in the right position? No, Dupree gets a half a second to adjust, and we go into overtime number 2.
I wonder why he didn't clear that. That's a very, very common thing to do sometimes when you don't know where the last person is.
Yeah.
You have to split up between the left, like CT and jungle, but for the CT coming in, especially from that angle, got not much else to look at.
Poor Rops starting to strafe just as the enemy reveals himself. And now it's Mousesports who go to AWPs in the first round. Now it's really got to work for them for the reasons we mentioned before. Rops will be close on ramp. Sunny will be playing around the connector. And Stico will learn lessons that Astralis learned before this match started.
Chris, though, he gets to hold on to the underpass for the time being, and he's got a frag as well. Value. Hashtag value.
At least we'll get to see. Both these teams have to iron stuff out. And I like when two teams have like done sloppy stuff, and then you get to see an OT when you can actually see them learning, like in OT.
This might be a 3-0 half.
Oof.
This might be a 3-0 half. Dupree with a glorious pick of Stico towards the apartments. Thanks for information. You've got information. A glorious pick. Boom.
Really sick round from Dupree, honestly. He got the other shot he connected with the AWP 2 was pretty phenomenal.
Maybe it was a spawn play that he had the AWP in the first place, and it definitely paid off, because that might win Astralis the half, but first they have to win this round as well. Double AWPs again. This is so all in from Mousesports. 4 and 5. See the money, or lack of, on the side. They must win this. Chris J being very aggressive in the apartment. Sunny doesn't have a flash for him, but he'll get one kill out of it. And in the meantime, Chris J has picked off Dupree in the apartment, so that's some good real estate for Mousesports.
Chris really stepping it up here for his side. And they're trying to dart in towards that B-bomb side, but the problem is that there is a player to hear all this. Stico's going to just hear everything. And he's going to call it. Chris J's moved into position already with the AWP. Playing by bench, and now it's just about getting the frags. Stuff there, Chris J and Stico combine to eliminate the offense. Now Zipex trying to just creep in, and it's not going to be too easy here. Able to get a kill, but that's not the important part. The round is won.
It's a thin spread of money, though. Thin spread of money for the CTs. We'll see how it works out for them. 3 players would have been far more favourable for them, but they've got that desperate one round in the bag. Can they get a second? Can they lead again at half-time? They've got good grenades, actually, so their buy is perfectly fine for this. Surviving with the 2 AWPs. Astralis, are they looking for a fast play towards the A site? There will be no grenades from the CTs whatsoever on the ramp. Astralis now with 2 on the ramp, 2 in the palace, but Device beyond a smoke. Oh, Rops, he's getting surrounded. There's one more player on the ramp. He is so alone. Oscar taken down in the meantime. Sunny and Connector can't do much. He's got to wait for his teammates.
Uh-oh. Mousesports in trouble. Down to Sunny and Stico. Trade comes in from Kirby. Stico looking to make his way in. Yeah, such an intimidating task. Knows that there's a player in Palace. Molotov to further annoy him, take off some damage there. Some chip damage onto Stico as they play further and further back, forcing him further and further away from the bomb.
He's got to hold the bomb, otherwise he can't win the round.
He can't win the rounds, no
He
matter
knows
what.
he's not going to win anyway, but still.
Yeah, Astralis made it impossible. 2-1 second half and overtime for them. Wait, wait, did that make sense?
2-1, yeah.
A 2-1 half in the first half of the second overtime. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm confused. There is confusing things.
You could say that Astralis lead by 1 round. They haven't opted for the second AWP this time, the CT side of Astralis. So let's see what they do. Glaive, I don't know if he bought any grenades in this round or what he did, but oh, Device, they have waited for him. And they have annihilated him.
That's actually really cool to combine that with a nade, because a lot of times operators will just go ahead and stand in it for a little bit.
Yep. I was about to say that as well. I'm surprised we don't see it a little bit more. It kind of makes Device look really stupid, but in a sense, it's actually a really good play from Mousesports, rather than Device being like silly there. So definitely credit Mousesports with that one. But Glaive's going to win a frag straight back for his team. He was pushing Palace, so good info for the team. Mousesports, they've had so many rounds where they've lost too much in middle, or lost it entirely. At the very least, they've got players in connector, but it's been given up by Astralis at this point. And they have nowhere else to build from connector. They've got everyone in middle still. You want to use connector as a way to split something, usually.
Dupree picked off on a short position. That helps the T's move into the A site, but Kiabi's fighting back, as is Glaive. Smokes it down, and soon the bomb will be as well. Sunny and Stico, both heavily damaged. They have some time to get into post-plant situations. Maybe Stico gave some sound cues away. There we are, Glaive waiting for Zipex to rotate into CT. Sunny in the connector position, I'm sure he'll be looked for. Is he facing? No, he's got an off angle, but it's not good enough. Glaive rips his face off. We're asking a lot of Stico in this situation. Astralis look good to make it to match point. Oh, that's a glorious first shot. Just needs to buy some extra time. Glaive is so close to the angle, and Stico delivers the second kill. What a play from him. 7 HP, 1 versus 2. That is outstanding stuff.
Oh, it was beautiful. Beautiful efficiency with the rifle. Not even an opportunity to shoot. Wow. Glaive had a small chance there. Had to hit that first bullet. Great composure from Tetris. Probably an unwinnable fight for most people. Robs hasn't had a great game either. On the CT side, has had a lot of trouble holding A.
It's a pretty big kill onto Glaive though. Glaive has been trying to get aggressive all the time around A. And in shutting it down, actually there's a re-aggression from a teammate. It's actually Kirby who's sending his curiosity, his questions towards that position. Robs will take him down. Really nice. It seemed like Robs sort of anticipated or set up a solid play to deal with that. And despite Astralis getting a kill in middle, this really doesn't alleviate the situation all that much. As we can see, Mousesports are just going B, straight going B. Robs can still lurk towards the A and middle side of the map. And he'll be running away. I wonder if they would have heard the running.
I think they might have. He jumped as well. So here come the grenades streaming in. Dupree trying to buy time. He's got some smokes and he can use those to hide. Mousesports spending a lot of time. They're still in apartments. Why? Why aren't they on the site yet? Only Chris J is jumping down. 35 seconds, so maybe they're trying to take it carefully, but maybe it's too careful. Now they finally get in there, but they've allowed the CTs to reposition, and Stico's forced to run away with the bomb. So I think their hesitation has cost them position. Yeah,
they hesitated until their smokes ran out. Now they're going to run into Zipex. But they would. Oh, they like to watch, but everybody's rotated out after hearing them. Elephant foot through underpass. No plan for Stico as the time ticks down. And you wonder why they didn't just get out. As you said, they had everything they needed to. They had all the smokes in the site, 3 of them that were useless after the 15 seconds are up.
So strange. Such a big like round for them as well. I mean, there's a lot of situations which were really interesting on the first or second half of the match as well, where we saw that Mousesports struggled, but now they're finding some new struggles because it seems like they're a little bit better, as you said. You know, they're sort of learning how to better approach middle, but at the same time, it seems like there are new problems cropping up now.
Gets better before it gets worse, I suppose, or worse before it gets better.
Sonny with just a deagle. And he's been a man who's been asked a lot of in the mid position, and now he goes there with only a pistol on his own. So his job becomes even more difficult. Maybe he will be a late lurker, but he's quickly moving towards the connector position. A big frag from Chris J, and Glave's taken down as well. Maybe there are more overtimes to come. Sonny getting to work with his deagle. It's a 4 versus 2 post plant.
Device going to try to do what he can here, pushing towards the bench. Smoke's still everywhere, but the problem is that the T's can just hide. They can just hide forever. Force the CTs onto the bomb, into the crossfires. There's too many places to look.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Sonny and Chris J, 35 kills. Dupree not far behind. Everybody's fragging on the server, really. So
yeah, and yeah, that explains it really. Everybody's fragging on the server. Important kills. That clutches go both ways. It's really just really throwing out gambles now. It's not really. I don't think people don't really resort to fakes as much in OT, if they used any in regulation. A lot of these come down to frags, smoke lurks. You gotta get individually creative in OT.
you need a Bardolph Molotov.
That would have ended this game.
Yeah, man.
Long time ago.
Crushed the rounds. Dupree would have won. He would have won everything. So players are quickly popping to the bathroom because this is essentially 2 matches now.
Yeah, we're lucky that we didn't have anything in the first NA slot. Those were games off essentially, and we're basically filling all of that time with this. So it's going to work out in that sense, at least.
It's going to work out perfectly.
Yeah, it's going to work out perfectly. So I guess we're just waiting. I mean, should we go to the bathroom as well? Do we miss our window? We missed our window, I think.
Why don't we do it right here? Where the bottle's at?
Have
you ever peed in a bottle?
Yeah, a bunch of times.
I haven't.
Really?
Yeah, I just no.
Why not?
I had toilets.
What? Let's say like a super long road trip. I mean, sometimes you can stop by the road, but sometimes it's easier just to pee in a bottle.
I'm not against it, like lasagna in bed. I haven't done it.
Yeah. Like
lasagna in bed, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta pee in the sink, as they say.
Yep.
I haven't peed in a sink either.
Sometimes you have to.
I know a guy who peed in a sink though because he was too lazy to go to a toilet, which is interesting.
That's not a good reason.
That's not
on the job. He's
working. Making all the other guys who pee in the sink look bad.
Anyway, 21 apiece, and Device is going to take out Sonny as he makes his way towards the box. No grenades to take Device down in this round, and it gives his team an early advantage. That was an interesting conversation, guys.
He's tarnishing our name.
Go back to it.
I feel like me and Mo are on the same level, and you're just. I don't know where you are, James.
I'm quite happy to not be on the same level as you two. That's fine with me.
You can tell.
We smoke into the window there. So the way that Mousesports are set up, again, we're looking at this triple-pronged attack potentially out into the A site. The bombs rotating back. They sort of, kind of, but don't really have Chris J in connector because he's not actually in that position, but that's sort of like where you'd like him to be. He's obviously covering for players approaching from catwalk from short, whatever you want to call it, from B, from ladder room, from window. That is...
That's a BDP right there.
That's a massive peak and a massive nade to follow. Astralis losing members, but they are able to get some frags back here. They're making this competitive. But Oscar, he says no. AWP is apparently a tool used for everything in the world of Oscar. He will bludgeon you with it. He will use it as though it is a shotgun.
Oscar's like, why doesn't everyone use the AWP? It just kills in one shot.
Yeah.
He's running out first. He's jumping across things. He's flicking. He's not using a scope. What's the point of using any other gun? I don't get it. Why doesn't everyone just save for ops?
That's a good first round for Mousesports, although it started in an undesirable... Back to you, there. Okay, I'm fine. It started in an undesirable fashion. But they got there. They got there, boys and girls. Breathing is great when it works.
Do you think you have a greater appreciation for life?
Well, I've always had asthma, so I already have that appreciation.
That's good.
But when you lie about having asthma on your safety clearance form on every scuba trip, you get to go into the sea, then you appreciate it even more. Because in America, right, it's like if you say yes, I have asthma, they want something from your physician. It's like I don't even have a physician. I'm from the UK. Anyway, Dan.
Who is a physician? I mean, oh, what is that?
Wait, no, did he get that? He did, right?
Zipex there as well, and that is, you can't touch that, can you? You can't touch that.
Damn. Let's drop the hammer on him. Dupree with that thunder.
(22 to 22). That's 44 rounds in total. It's a lot of rounds to Counter-Strike.
Quick maths.
And Robs will get out of there. He's shown presence. Now he will escape. Kirby was caught previously, asking questions, and he does not want to wish to be caught again. So he will not push that position. Dupree looking to hold things down here. Good first frag, but the second will cost him his life. And at that point, you wonder, is it just confidence? Should he have fallen back? There's lots of ways to interpret that situation.
No, he got stuck.
He also did get stuck. He also got stuck.
I think he really wanted to go. That's probably very frustrating for him. I think he wanted to take that shot and leave.
Yeah, because it's a round loser immediately if you die there in his position. So that makes sense.
Oh dear. It's pretty close. We haven't seen a 3-0 half yet.
That's really the key, isn't it? Just clear up, just clean up your... We've seen the 2-0. I think Astralis went up to 2-0, but then Mousesports did such a good job with their economy, they still had enough for like 3 rifles and an op or something, even though they were low on nades. It's nice that you still can manage your economy in an OT like this.
Straight to A with smokes.
Well,
they will be hurt, surely.
it works like 1 of 3 times in the time regulation. Why not use it in the overtime?
Oh, how does he miss that one? Well, doesn't miss that one. And it seems that they will have a show of force right on the ramp. And that might put them a match point, and it seems it will. That's a quick one.
We didn't catch Oscar jumping up onto the box and just killing someone in Palace casually there as well.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
What? Oh my god, what?
Yeah.
Right in between.
Yeah, because he went back to try to kill that person because he's like, oh, I've been staying here for too long, I'm going to get flanked. Killed that person, turned back around to pit, but he just fired, so he couldn't shoot yet. Just reloading still, and he died.
I'll leave it to Oscar. That was interesting. He tried to make the smoke pop sooner, or so that he'd have a spot in the window.
Well, it seems that Astralis might be at the end of their tether, going for a fast play of 2 guys, but Oscar is killing everyone.
Oh man.
And leaves Glaive alone.
I saw we've seen that happen so many times this game, like so many times.
Both sides think it's favored.
Yeah. Random ult shot through the smoke. Let's go. Oscar's not actually within an angle to do that. That's a shame.
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Glaive. Oh man, what do you do? What do you do? The bomb is in Palace. Oh god. Oh man. He has a minute, but that is a big problem. It's such an exposed position to get to that spot is going to be very, very challenging. He's going to give it his best go though. And there it is. Gets caught by Stico. That's 25-22. 3 overtimes is what it took Mousesports